Hi fashion lovers, it's your girl StylebyDimma. You're welcome to another tutorial. In today's edition, we are going to be learning how to recreate this beautiful gathered gown with shoulder ruched and a basque waistline. So if this is what you're interested, kindly stay tuned and watch this video to the end. Alright, let's get started. So first off, I have a plain sheet of paper. We're going to be doing pattern drafting, right? So it's a cut together sleeve. It's a kimono top and like that. So I'm taking a neck of 3 inches by width, you understand, 3 inches by width, and I marked from the shoulder, from the center front to the sleeve length, I did 21.5 inches. So I'm going ahead to mark the bust point, the under bust, the waist, and to the full length. I used the full length of 24 to 25 inches. Okay, that's for both the basking and everything. So I'll go ahead and connect the neckline 3 by 3 first. Then I will mark that 21.5 inches. That's what I have up there on the shoulder. You grab. So everything with the neck and the shoulder, I am having 21.5 inches. So I'll go ahead and mark it on the bust point area. You understand? So I'll connect it to a straight line like what you see me do, like so. Then I'll now label bust point, under bust, and waistline. I will now come down from that shoulder line like so. I'll come down by 1 inch for my shoulder slanting. You understand? So that's how we do. Then on the under bust, I'll subtract 3 inches from what I have. That's that 21.5 inches. I'll go ahead and subtract 2 to 3 inches. You grab. So I'll go and connect from there to that point. On the under bust, on the waistline, put the actual waist measurement plus 1 inch sewing allowance, and at the full length area I did my hip measurement plus full 1 inch sewing allowance. So I'll go ahead and connect it to that 3 inches that I minused. You see the curve I'm having. So on the under bust area also, go ahead and mark your under bust circumference. That's the tight one, because we're going to be having the up to be gathered, and then from the under bust to the basque effect is going to be fitted. So I'll go ahead and cut this out straight. I'll cut off from the shoulder to the under bust straight up, then I'll cut from the hip area to the under bust also. So we are having two parts for this, the upper side and then the lower side. This is just simple. Okay, so this is what we have after cutting. Now I'll show you what I have. Now for the neck, I'm marking 9 inches for the back neck, and I'm marking 10 inches for the front neck, because I don't want the both necks to be equal. So I'll just go ahead and straighten it up like this. It's an open V neck. You understand? So this is how it is going to be after we finish sewing. You see how simple it is. So this is something you can just run within 30 minutes. You are done. So this is what the gown will look like after we are finished. So I'll go ahead and cut off the back neck first before going ahead to cut that of the front. Okay, now for the basque effect, from the full length, go up by 3 inches and connect it in this manner to meet the center front. This is the back effect. Now if you want it to be more basque, you can go ahead and mark 3.5 4 inches depending. Okay, so do well to label them up so you wouldn't get confused. Okay, so now I've gone ahead to cut it out on my fabric. I added 1 inch on the shoulder area and 1/2 inch towards the waistline, towards the under bust for sewing allowance. Now this 1 inches that I added on the shoulder area around the upper part is for the ruching. You understand? So we'll go ahead and fold that 1 inch. After folding, we'll put the drawstring inside. You can even use 0.75, but I chose to use 1 inches. Now this is it for the lower part. I've gone ahead to cut it also, and I added my 1/2 inch sewing allowance to join them up together. So this is for the front and this is for the back. For the back, I added a 1 inch zipper allowance. Okay, so I've gone ahead to join them up. For the center front, I used a facing. I cut out a facing and I stitched it up. Then I used a hemming gum to stick it together, because I don't want any thread lines, any seam line in the front. That's why I used a hemming gum to stick it up together. So I have already finished doing the neck finishing. I'll mark 2 inches like this, then overlap them up with the 2 inches. This is because I don't want it to be too revealing. Okay, so I just want the neck opening to be just minimal. So I'll go ahead and overlap that 2 inches. Now I've gone ahead to thread my needle I'm going to be using a needle gather, so you can also use your gather machine, your gathers on your machine, but just chose to use this particular method, you know, so you can do whatever suits you. So this is it. I use the contrasting thread so that we can be able to see what we are doing clearly. So I'll go ahead and mark that point, that 2 inches point. That is what will be on the center of the lower part. You understand? That 2 inches point that we said will be overlapping, that's what will be on the center of the lower part. So I'll go ahead and place it like so, and then I will get the other part, that's the second one, go ahead and still place it in such a manner, because I'll also be gathering that one too. I'll go ahead and place it like this, and after placing, I'll take it to the sewing machine and I will stitch it up alongside with the back. I will do the same thing for the back also. So this is what we are having for the front. I've gone ahead to join them up in a gathered manner, and this is the back. This is what the back is looking like. You see how together the whole thing is forming and coming. Okay, so now I'll now go ahead and finish up the ruched part. I've done the ruched part, like I've hemmed that 1 inch. I'll now go ahead and get the rope that we're going to be using for the drawstring, and I'll impute it, like I will insert it inside that 1 inches allowance that we have. So we're having 4 ropes, that's 2 on each of the shoulder, 2 for the front, 1 for the front, 1 for the back, 1 for the other front, and 1 for the other back, respectively, right? So I'll go ahead and get my safety pin, and I will insert it inside that drawstring part that we have already made. Mind you, you have to go ahead and fold it in, like make sure to fold it and stitch it down before you can now have it done this way. So I'm now inserting the rope inside it. It is the rope that's going to be giving it that ruched effect, you understand? So after putting, I'll get my pin, I'll remove the safety pin first, and I'll get an office pin to stick it up together like so it does not frill out, or it does not go out, because that's going to be a double job, you know, and no one wants to do double work. Okay, fashion lovers, while we are still watching, I'm super excited. Thank you all for the love and support you're giving us on this channel. We are very, very excited. Thank you, and God bless you. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for our old subscribers, and thank you for the new subscribers. In case this is the first time you're hearing my voice and coming across my video on this channel, please do well to like this video, give me a thumbs up, and give me a like. Comment in the comment section whatever you understand or what you don't understand, and I promise to take care of that. Okay, and lastly, don't forget, subscribe to this channel. Thank you very much, and God bless you. All right, so moving ahead, I've finished that of the drawstrings now. So this is what we have for the 2 drawstrings on both of the shoulders, right? So we are almost done with this gown. I'll now go ahead and then finish it up, stitch up the side, that's shape it up with the sewing allowance I added. So do well to shape yours with your own sewing allowance, and then I will get this part that I added the drawstring. I'll go ahead and use my machine and secure it. You understand? Now I use pin to hold it up. I will secure everything on the machine, and I will shape the 2 sides, and then I will get the lower part. Now for the lower part, I used the remaining length, and I was looking for a length of 64 inches for the length. So you just get the remaining fabric and minus your upper bodies, then cut out the remaining one to be your lower part. Don't forget to add your hemming allowances towards the down area, and then your ½ inch for joining it at the upper side. And I went ahead to put up the zipper, and this is what the last result is looking like. All right, guys, here comes the end of this video. See you in the next tutorial. Bye.